I'm so good at this. I just realized I had the wrong audio on, and the music didn't come through anyway. So, hey everybody,
I didn't hear anything.
are you Prometheus?
Sorry?
Never mind. Anyway, welcome. Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. Hobbs' Gamerhood. I am your GM tonight, Jason Hobbs, and we are playing our weekly Tuesday nights group, and the game is Low Fantasy Gaming by Steve Gradzicki, Pickpocket Press. Campaign takes place in the Midlands, and I guess I'm a big fan of the Pickpocket Press stuff. Hey, Trevlin Hart, good to see you, buddy. So I guess I won't babble on too long. Let's head over to the chat, and you can see that we're missing a few guys, so we had to put some cardboard cutouts where they are. But we will meet the guys who are playing tonight. Who wants to start? Zach, why don't you start today? Tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Yeah, I'm Zach, and I am playing Sigahelm. He is a Venori mercenary who has gotten himself into a bit of trouble, it seems.
Nice, man. Robert?
Hi, everybody. I'm Robert. I'm playing Emery. I'm playing an Argosan rogue. I always say that I always think of him as more like a scout, but we haven't really done any scout stuff. I guess I was thinking more like in a dungeon, but we haven't been in anything like in a dungeon. But
the scouts
we'll see how it goes.
The scouts even go in dungeons?
I think they do. I don't know. At least I think that way in Hyperborea they do.
When I think of scout, I think of like a Native American scout, or like a scout in the military who is like heading up in front of people in the wilderness to reconnoiter areas or do different things like that.
Sure.
Scouting's very important in the dungeon.
Well, I'm not saying it isn't important, but when I hear scout, that's what I usually think of. Elliot.
I'm Elliot. I'm playing Lant, a Argosan, young Argosan lad. Is a cultist of Soliri.
Nice. Hey, Kustash. How's it going over there? Yeah. I don't know if you guys are looking at the cameras on Twitch or not, but it looks pretty funny, the pictures I took off of for Arlen and Taylor were from old streams. So Taylor's just like the whole time like he fell asleep or something.
It's as if he was here with us.
Yes, exactly.
He's just pondering the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Taylor was the one who was talking about notes. Anyone want to do a recap of last session?
We got vomited on.
Nice. Of any more detail than that, or?
Well, last session, our caravan having been attacked and some trouble with the Saurus people, I guess. We heard screaming from Urx and went to check on him. He'd been poisoned, and we set out to look for an antidote. Thinking some snake could be used to cure that. And on the way there, we ran into these things. What were they called? Vomiters? Yeah. That proceeded to try to vomit on us, and even when we killed them, they exploded in vomit bombs, and I think we got a little bit beat up on that.
Yeah, they're nasty, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, I know. Who was it that got dropped?
I think it was Lant, wasn't it?
Yeah, you don't have to remember the character name. You can just say Elliot, and then it's probably that's probably who it happened to.
Yeah. It was Lant. He dropped and lost his hand.
That's right. Lost a hand.
Yeah, his hand got acided off, melted. So
Kustash,
go ahead.
Kustash pointed out that he also got pissed on.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that again. Sometimes I wonder if I go too far in the live than I should, but I don't know. I guess that's just what's happening. I don't know.
It's archived. You can't like pretend like it didn't happen.
No, I'm not saying I don't pretend like it didn't happen. I just don't necessarily emphasize
There's no need to rehash
the madness, right?
No need to linger on it.
All right. So I know Elliot and I don't drink, but Robert, what are you drinking?
Oh, this is my standard bourbon barrel stout from Central Waters Brewery.
Is that in Wisconsin?
Yep, it's right near here. It's about 20 minutes away.
Last week it was Spotted Cow, so I don't know. And you've only been on twice, so I don't know if we can all agree standard, but I guess it's standard for you.
Well, I had it one other time that we played, so that's why I said standard. Is that it's one that I go to, especially in winter months. I don't usually drink the dark beers during the summer months, but during the winter months I do.
I think that's common. What about you, Zach? I saw you had your fancy glass. What do you got going on?
I am still drinking on the Peat Monster from Compass Box. It's a good one.
That's about as far as I got. I was trying to remember like what the NPCs said during the last session, so I was rewatching the video, which is one of the main reasons I do it, if I can go and look for something if I want to. And I got to you talking about that and chewing on, what'd you say, chewing on the firewood the next morning or something?
Yeah. That's about what it says. That's good. In a good way, not a bad.
All right. Hey, everybody. We got a first-time chat from viewer Jodo Mycelium. That sounds like a smart person, smarter than me. Mycelium always makes me think of like cell use. How's it going, buddy? Welcome to the Gamerhood. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show. We're just shooting the crap right now. I wouldn't call it stalling exactly, but we are short some players, so that means we're short some characters, and so that always makes me nervous. My games are deadly enough usually as it is, so I think it's just because I don't pull punches. I don't know. And I also don't balance things really. I kind of do a little bit, but not too much. If it is what it is, then that's what it is. And then I just, whatever happens after that. So anyway,
I think Jodo Mycelium is from the Whetstone Discord. That's where I was promoting this today.
Oh, nice, man. Well, welcome, buddy. So we are playing Low Fantasy Gaming. What Discord did you call it?
It's Whetstone. So this is it's a Discord for it's a free sword and sorcery magazine.
Oh, I think who writes that? I think I saw that.
Jason Ray Carney is the editor. Is one of the editors. I think there's a second person.
I think it was Joe from what the heck's the name of that game? Yeah, Joe Salvador from Eldritch Tales. Does he write for that? Do you know?
I don't know.
I saw him promoting that. I'd never heard of it until I saw him promoting that.
Yeah, awesome. It's all free, so you can read all the issues. I think there have been 4 so far.
Yeah, cool. I just pulled up their website.
Is it just Whetstone Magazine?
It's Whetstone Fantasy. There's something fantasy in there because there's another Whetstone magazine that's out there.
Yeah, I saw that one. It's about food. Oh, I found it. Yeah. WhetstoneMag.blogspot.com.
All right, promoting it both ways. Promoted Hobbs tonight, and I promoted Whetstone.
There you go.
I don't know what I get out of this. I get social...
The joy. Capital. Social capital.
Social capital, yeah, that's it.
Nice. Good work. Well, anyhow, thanks for stopping by. How do you say it? Do you say Jodo Mycelium, or how do you say it to yourself? Or do you ever?
Have you ever said your name out loud?
I don't know. Anyway, that's the fun part about doing games and stuff like this, is because people often use their avatars from, whatever they were using for Discord, and it's something weird like who calls themselves Elmo. That's what I want to know.
Well, it's Elliot Moshel. It's not that big of a jump.
That's pretty far from me. Mycelium. Okay, nice. Thanks, buddy. All right, so I think we might as well get into it. At the end of last session, when we were going over highs and lows, we also talked about what we would do if players, and thereby their characters, weren't here, and pretty much they just fade to black, and you can't really use anything from them, and they can't do things normally, and they won't get hurt or anything. The only way is if the party all die, then they die too. That's pretty much the way it goes. Unless we say ahead of time there's a reason for us to say, oh, nope, these guys stayed with this guy, or we just assigned them something. But I usually try not to do that, because the next session I don't want to have to then make up a reason why they're back with the party or something like that usually. But the game is mostly about playing, not about trying to figure out meta shit. So let's get playing, he said. All right, so instead of our buddies, I just put their characters' pictures up here. This seems like the way I'm doing it. I don't know if it's the right way or the wrong way, but that's the way we're doing it. As mentioned, the group was in these like low mounds. I think they're called Mima mounds. They're about 8 or 9 feet tall, and most of the campaign has taken place in this jungle known as the Surat jungle, which is a rainforest, right? A rainforest jungle. But you guys have found yourselves in more of an arid area, just kind of underneath this mountain that you're headed to within the Surat jungles. And these mounds are, like I say, about 8 or 9 feet tall, but they're only 10, 15 feet wide at any given place, or long. So they're just a series of low mounds with these kind of blighted looking pine trees on them. And sometimes there's some rough patches of stone that's visible from where heavy winds have scoured away this almost thatchy, dead looking foliage or grass that covers it. And this is where you were attacked by the vomitors, and you headed in here looking for the snake that poisoned Urx to try and come up with an antidote for him. And he said that you were looking for 3 monoliths on one of the hills, and that's where they met this snake that he gave you a description for. Basically, it was kind of like a red and black mottled snake that was pretty big, as thick as a bicep or something like that, or thigh even, maybe. I don't remember what he said, but you guys have a description of the snake. And you were just approaching this single monolith, which you don't believe is the place where the snake was that Urx had described, but you still had come to inspect it. Anyone have any questions? Does that sound right?
Yeah, because there was...
Go ahead.
There was, if I remember correctly, you had found that there was some sort of religious carvings on the monolith, I think. There's a specific reason we were coming to inspect it.
Yeah, I think Julian had come up, or Sieghelm, I can't remember which one, had moved up here and had found some religious carvings that looked fairly new, like they had just been carved here, and they are certainly of the ancient 7 that the Argosians as a culture often revere.
Yeah, that was Emery that had gone up initially, but I don't think I could make out too much about it other than general stuff.
It's as you guys, the rest of you, move up to examine it, it's not a far stretch that someone within the past few days tried to add some markings, and it looks like maybe over some very, very old ones. And they're not like the whole thing was built and then covered in runic markings. It's more like almost like graffitied on here.
There seemed to be any sort of order to them or patterning, like if it was trying to convey some kind of message, or literally just absent scrawling of markings.
So are you like, do you picture Launt as in like a studied sacrament person, or more someone who just deals with, he follows the tenets, but mostly spends his like the wilderness as his church?
Correct, and he was and he never studied in an actual location. It was just through the tutelage of Thamond. So unless there was some sort of unless he had potentially seen Thamond write this order out for some reason, right, or something like that, then probably he wouldn't necessarily a greater meaning to it. I just was wondering if it just was like random things or not potentially.
I think I don't think that you would recognize anything. Like it does seem mostly random to you at this point.
Anything around the base of this obelisk? Can we tell like how deep within it goes?
Yeah, I think that it looks like it's been here for a long time, but you don't believe it grew or like it was a giant stone that was here. This was like brought here somehow. The construction of it seems kind of strange because you don't. It's difficult to tell where it was even mined from. It doesn't look like it was necessarily in this area. Because like oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Robert.
The color of the stone, does it seem to be similar to other stone in this area, or does it seem to really kind of depart from all the other stone?
I think you guys could all make like I don't even know what this would be, like some kind of intelligence or maybe this feels like an intelligence lore check. I think it's going to be
a wilderness lore.
Wilderness lore.
Not necessarily wilderness because I don't necessarily think geology, but sure, I'll give it to you. You're probably going to need a great success on this.
There you go,
great success. Yeah.
Danlon.
You got a great success.
All right, so Seagalm is not unsure, but yeah,
Seagalm's just going to disagree with whatever these guys say it is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, to Seagalm it looks similar, but to you guys, it doesn't seem like anything you've seen in the area that you've been thus far in the Surratt jungle. So it must have been brought here from quite some distance. And strangely enough, you can look across and see that there's more than just one of these. Like someone definitely took some trouble to put these up.
Okay. The other ones are nearby. We can see them.
Yeah. So like I'll put that picture up if it helps let you guys see kind of what this area looks like. I mean, normally you can see 3 miles if you're looking over something. But if you get some height, you can see farther than that. So you can see like the mountain and the hills to the south and tracking off to your right, if that is the south, right? Because we don't even know which way north is or not. So this area probably isn't more than like it's not even probably 3 or 4 miles wide and maybe only a mile or two deep. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that large. And so within that, you can see in different areas, these obelisks kind of, I would say after maybe a half a mile or so, maybe less than that, you can't tell the difference between an obelisk and a tree that are here, these blighted trees. But through the thickness, you're guessing that, yeah, there's easily hundreds of these obelisks.
Wow.
Is there any that are clearly in a grouping of 3?
Not yet. You feel like you might have to go deeper to be able to discern that.
And before we leave this one, I'm just going to put my hand on it. Does it radiate any sort of like heat or anything? Does it seem unusual in that regard?
It doesn't seem like it.
Okay. And the color of the stone it's like normal stone, or it's like black, or
it's I mean, to some people black is normal, right? So normal is relative, but I would say it doesn't look the same as the grayish stone here. It does have kind of a deeper look to it. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. These mounds that look like they're almost covered with kind of a grayish to light greenish thatch across them. And then there's some of these blighted pine trees or even dead ones that kind of go up. And in the low areas around the mounds, it actually kind of retains dampness. So it's kind of a thick loam that your feet kind of sink into.
And on the earth around the obelisk, I can tell if it looks like the obelisk was like placed, pushed up, or has it actually affected the ground like around it? in any way? Is it
You
just the rock?
It's been so long that it was put here that it's difficult to discern anything like that.
Okay.
And we don't see any tracks at the base of it for any, anything that seems recent.
I would say that it doesn't. Does someone have double wilderness lore, or is that character not here?
I do.
I think with that, you would be able to
There's so
tell
many races.
that someone was definitely here in the last few days.
Okay. Well, Hammond might have been here then.
So we've got about a 3-mile view around us, you said?
After about a half a mile or 3/4 of a mile, it's very difficult to discern anything small. But yeah, probably. I mean, you can even see like the mountains and the hills farther than that away from you, because they're higher than you, right? So their elevation.
We have no idea direction. Can't see anything for. I don't know, guys. This is a big open area trying to find, he said, hundreds of obelisks, trying to find a trio of them that are just right, with packs of vomit explosions running around. I think Urx might die.
At least we know.
Well, he did say it wasn't. He said you should be able to reach it, I think, within an hour or so, was his description.
Have we not gone that far yet?
No.
I thought we'd gone further.
No.
At least we know what to look out for the vomitors now, so we might be able to avoid them. Hopefully, more so in the future.
Yeah, Lon, you were the one that was really connected to Urx, right? So I don't think you want to give up on our task here. I would imagine.
I mean, yeah, my heading would definitely be to. Of course, we must try to save our fellow, patriot in places as this. Every man deserves to the best chance that they can at living. If we know where the snake, or if we know that it was a snake, that task is easier.
So, I mean, like one of your options could be maybe to try and skirt around this area, get to high ground, and then see if you can see it from the high ground. But by then, he would probably be dead if he's only got 6 hours left, right?
Right.
Well, if this is, I would just recommend we go to the nearest ones then.
Yeah, just kind of keep heading in. Basically, head to what we would guess to be roughly an hour distance to where he is, right? And then start going essentially around, right?
Yeah,
like,
and I mean, it's
left to
possible that if it has been that recent, that Lant or Siegehelm might be able to track him too.
That's true. Yeah, if he just ran from there. Then
What's up,
there might be
Wiz
track.
Biz 512? Welcome to the gamerhood, my brother.
So one last question, Jason, about
Yeah.
this. So the vegetation near these obelisks or monuments, do they look like they're affected by it? Like, are they dead, or is that
All
kind of
of-
a random pattern?
All of these like tree-like shrubberies. These are pine trees that I have here, but they're not actually pine trees. But they seem similar to that in the fact that some of them still are holding. They just kind of have the long, kind of stringy look to them, but they all seem kind of deadish or dying or barely alive. And it could just be all of the area. Maybe it is these obelisks. There is a thing in low fantasy gaming that anyone can detect magic. You don't have to be a wizard. It's basically something that you do because they feel like whenever magic happens, it will give you like some sort of sensation, like make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, or maybe, you get a certain smell or something. It's just something that takes like 10 minutes. And obviously those more familiar with magic are better at it than others. You guys don't really get any feeling like, I mean, it's obviously kind of an eerie area, and it makes you feel uncomfortable because you know that there's these vomiters around and there's poisonous snakes, obviously. But I don't think the lot of you've been wandering around in the jungle, and you know it's a dangerous place already. So,
Okay. So should we head in the direction of the closest ones?
I think so. We should press on. I've already tarried here long enough.
All right, there. Can you guys hear that or no?
Hear what, sir?
Oh,
I put some music on. All right,
No, I
think
don't
you can
hear it.
It's very quiet. It's on roll 20, so if you have your roll 20 music off, you're not going to be able to hear it.
I have it
I have
off.
it. I have it at max. I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
I assume it's just for atmosphere. It's not like
Yeah.
anything. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you are playing a track, but I don't hear it. That's weird. Oh, I'm here now.
All right. Anyway,
Ominous is the name of the track, so
Yeah.
Yes.
something ominous will likely be happening.
that's right. Well, I feel like it's kind of an ominous area as the wind swirls through.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the endless smells and sounds of the jungle that you've grown so accustomed to over the past, 2 weeks that you guys have been in the jungle, and specifically the last few days that you've been haunted and terrorized by these saurians and various lizards and creatures.
Hey, this could be a good sign because I get sick of that stuff. So at least we're in a new area.
Sometimes you get sick of the music around the zone that you're in.
Sick of wandering what seems to be the sameness. We get to something that's a little bit different. So maybe our luck is changing.
I'm sure that it is. All right, so as you say, the group continues on. All righty, he said with a smile as if it mattered. Shand and Julian seem quiet, almost morose in this area. We don't know if it's the music or something else. Scene change.
That looks like a trio of obelisks up ahead.
So strange. But yes, it doesn't take much longer. Maybe another 20 minutes that feels like 20 days. So see how I made the mounds different? This is better, isn't it, than the other ones?
Yeah.
It's easier to delineate the.
Yeah, it
riders.
definitely conveys your description.
Yeah, this is better. That's what I when I found that other one, I was like, oh, that's how I'm making the next one. So you guys, and even from here, you can tell, you can see the obelisks around you. They're obviously, they've been everywhere almost, it seems like, but these are even different. They look, you can tell by now they seemed more carved or more geometrically, purposely shaped than the other ones that seemed to be more poetic than purposeful.
Do we notice the same almost graffitied writing like over the old writing on these other ones?
So I don't know if you can see on the map, but you're quite some distance from it. I didn't want to just purposely put you up there in case that you wanted to show more caution than that.
Gotcha. Yeah, we just see it in the distance.
Would that be a suggestion?
Right, so we're not actually this far away from this one?
You are. You're up. Oh, the close one, you mean there on your right?
Yes.
Oh, in fact, in the past half hour that you've been walking, you haven't seen that. It's almost like whoever did the extra graffiti on there, after he realized there were so many of them, stopped. You're talking about the religious of the seven stuff that was written over top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you haven't seen that since the very first one.
Let me add, Emery, do you have both of y'all have bows?
I do not.
I do not. I only have a short sword.
I will unsling the bow from my back and offer it to either of you because I can't use it. I have one hand.
I forgot about that.
And it would allow, someone to be able to cover, right, of whoever has the higher dexterity, if you want it.
I'm a decent shot, but I've got both spear and hand axe for ranged if Emery lacks anything.
I have a short sword only, and my dex is pretty good, so I'm happy to take
You
the bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a short bow. I'll kind of just like unsling it and just kind of like drape it to the ground or whatever next to you and shrug off a quiver with 20 arrows still. I haven't actually fired a single one.
What does a short bow do? Is it D6?
Short bow is 1d6, 150 range. You can shoot it while mounted. That's the only difference between a long bow and a short bow. It's 1d6, 150 range.
The wrong one.
Is this almost too ominous?
I still don't hear it.
Oh,
It's fine.
It's fine.
I can only hear the loud single drone, so it kind of just occasionally in the background you just hear the brrrr. Then it's just back to silence again.
That is pretty mysterious.
Let's make a shout out to the chat. Let me know what you guys think about the music, if it needs to be louder or if you're happy with it.
Well, Kustash already said that all players are going to die playing in the background, so...
He must be happy with it.
I'm a survivor. I'm not going to die here.
Yeah,
We
my
know
God
there's
is
at
whispering
least
to me. I'll be fine, but you're fucked. All right. Oh, they don't hear the music, they said.
Or you're not
Interesting.
exporting it anywhere else.
I am. It's just not very loud.
It's just for your enjoyment, Hobbs.
And I am enjoying the shit out of it. So,
All right, guys. Do we want to move up? Take a look at these.
I already know that there is at least a snake in the air that is significantly louder, Hobbs.
This is a different one. I turned it up for y'all.
We already know there's at least a snake here. So we should probably approach with some caution and stealth if we can catch the snake sleeping. Do I need to get the snake alive, or will it being dead suffice to be able to figure out the
Dead is fine.
Anti-venom. Okay. That would be my suggestion of trying to approach quietly and hopefully snake is...
I agree. Start creeping our way up.
Right. I think I would move in the direction of this mound and try to take the high land and keep an eye out for any danger with the short bow.
I will move to this mound, do the same, and Lont, you can move up the middle and we'll cover you. Sound good?
The one-handed guy.
Sounds like a superb plan. You do distinctly feel the loss of presence as you get further away from me, but
Wow.
So does that
Here,
that doesn't actually give off light, does it?
no, it's literally just basically Solori is watching over me and those who are near me, protect me from danger by giving +1 AC.
I'm glad you guys
It's
don't
not
just
light.
meta and always try to stay right inside of it. I like that.
I saw Ivory was out of it. I was like, yeah, that's true. And then I saw it.
I thought Launt said something. Launt in character said, "Stay near my my aura, my being."
Said we felt it when he moved too far, so we feel better close to him.
All right. Well, I didn't know if I I could see Emery wanting to, but how does Sieghelm feel about these Midlander gods?
Oh, not much for the gods themselves, but I fought alongside quite a few of the Argosians at the Battle of Low Crag, and they've got some luck to them. So,
I like it. So
I trust people who are lucky.
I can see that. There is one god of the Varnori. He is only the deep one, and he is only to be feared. Okay, I didn't know if you'd read that or not.
Yeah, I read a little bit about that. He doesn't help our luck the way the Argosians seem to. So you just hope not to draw the attention of the deep one. But yeah, these Argosians, they've got all their rituals and stuff, and it helps their luck, and that's good.
So this mound seems to be, even from this, you guys are, 30, 40 feet away from it now. You can see that it seems less irregular than the other mounds. It sort of has a symmetry to it, and it's not rounded on the top like a dome. It just kind of goes up on the sides and then forms this plateau that these three stones, these obelisks, probably 5 feet on a side, as they go up almost like the Washington Monument, right? But they look to be made out of a different, almost a gold flecked stone. The mound itself has kind of a steep rise, and even from here you can see it looks like a trail that someone made going up and down it. And it does have a uneasy ominence. Even the wind seems to have slowed and stilled opposite your hearts. The beat.
What's wrong about this place? Even the wind does not wish to wait here.
Does the hair on the back of my neck seem to stand up? Like this seems to give off some sense of magic, vile magic.
So it's not a passive thing. It's more, it could be if it's strong enough, but if you want to really try to feel for it, then you would have to make a check if you want to. But it does take 10 minutes to acclimate yourself.
I don't know if I would do that, given that I'm covering with the bow. So I think I'd hold off on that. But I would scan all around this area, sweeping around here to see if I see any signs of movement at all.
Likewise, looking for that snake.
Yeah.
All right, you guys can all make a detection check.
With perception?
Any character... yeah, if you have detection, use that skill. If not, you can...
Great success.
Perception. So like before, I don't know if you remember, but in low fantasy gaming, if you don't have the skill, you still get the check. You just can't use your reroll pool to reroll on it, and you don't have the +1 that you have if you have actual skill. So here, I can tell you guys, you may spend a few minutes attempting to sense magic in a 30-foot radius by making an int or perception check. So that's kind of what it takes if you want to try to sense magic. Alrighty. All right, I better get the rolls back up. Boom. All right, so this is what we know. So Launt is still bothered by the phantom hand that's missing. But his faith in Solari has not diminished. Sieghelm, helmetless head, spying all the surroundings around him. Emery as well. So, like I said, I mean, both of you guys are struck by the symmetry of this mound and the obelisks upon it. But other than that, everything seems still. Unnervingly so.
I'll motion for Sighelm to follow me, closer if Emery's covering, and continue to move up.
I'll follow right behind Launt, keeping my spear at the ready to chuck.
Now that we're closer, is there any like markings or anything on the obelisks themselves?
Yeah, from
Or
this
so.
distance, you can see that in the other obelisks, it seemed that there was something on them, but time, age, and weather had worn that stuff away. But on these specific ones, it seems like something has allowed these old, ancient markings to stay. And they are nonsensical to Launt, but definitely, they certainly must mean something. These signify something for certain. But what they are, who's to know?
And no newer markings of Urx spray painting over
No.
people's stuff.
At this distance, can I do if I need to wilderness lore or whatever to see without going into a triangle of the obelisk? I want to look to see, is there any sign of snake like anywhere, as far as even if we can't see the beast, like skin or like slither trails or anything
that's
like
trails and then
All right, you haven't made a wilderness lore check in this particular scene, have you? That was before, right?
that. Oh, that was in the last, yeah.
That's when you were
Not
trying to
here.
figure out what these obelisks were. So yeah, you can go ahead and make another one. Seacalm, you can as well, because you guys. So it's kind of a sharp angle. It almost goes up at a 55 degree angle up to the top of this plateau, which is almost flat. And then there's like this triangle of stones up there. And you can
I'll move all the way up to
it's
it. I just
enough
won't
that
go
you almost
in.
have to like drag, grab onto this the small weedy grass that's growing up around it. Emery edges over to one of these spiky blighted trees or bushes, keeping an eye out.
Yep. Also trying to keep some cover by me.
All right, it seems obvious to you guys that within the last few days, someone else has clambered to the top of this mound, or this plateaued mound. And it looks like some sort of battle took place. And it's certainly possible that amongst the booted feet, there could be the sense of, a heavy weight that a snake might make.
It is just flat. There's no openings or anything around that we notice.
Are you moving all the way around the triangle, or are you just staying where you are?
Point. Yeah, I'll kind of shift around this direction. Like I said, I don't want to actually climb all the way up to the top of the plateau. Just kind of looking around the perimeter.
Okay, Seagalm, what are you doing while this is happening?
I'm gonna move up onto the thing, but let him do the walk around while I continue to cover and like see if I see anything stirring.
Okay.
And I'm going to stick with keeping an eye out. I will occasionally also look in other directions too. Just, do a sweep this way.
Okay. All right, so as Launt is moving around Seagalm, your sharp Varnori eyes keeping a close eye on these mounds and this strange flat plateau, you think you do see something shifting in the grass around this obelisk as Launt nears it.
Quickly call out to Lawrence. Hold there, something's stirring. Raise my spear, ready to chuck it if anything pops out of the grass.
And Launt, what do you do? Step back quickly?
I'll step back and ready my spear up. He said something stirring, then probably just readying to see if there's any motion, not in a particular direction. Stepping back away from the obelisks.
All right, as you ready your spear, something does come up from the grass, and it's definitely a snake, easily the size of your thigh, as its head comes up from the other side of the obelisk and kind of comes looking at you and hisses strongly. And that is when...
Just call out, Emery!
And that is when... And it's definitely the markings that you were looking for. Diamond scales, mottled black and orange and red. That's when you realize that there's another snake as well. And then, wait, this isn't two snakes. It's a single two-headed beast.
I am going to kick Urx for not telling us it was two-headed.
All right, so you can even see like it has furry eyebrows there. If the actual Matt that calls himself Urx on Discord, if I'd ever seen him, I would think he would have furry eyebrows like this.
Likely so.
All right. He never watches these, so we're like making fun of him. I am. No one else is. I am, but he doesn't even know it. All right. So I think this is a good time that Robert, I think Emery, if he wants to fire an arrow, he can.
Sure. Where is it on the...
Oh,
it's near Lant.
Sorry, I thought you could see it. My bad. Oh, wait, I waited on purpose. Yeah, so because it's a big two-headed snake.
Right, I was just making sure it was within, not just within range, but also within sight. Yeah. Definitely. I will do that.
All right, go ahead, man.
Hits AC 4.
All right, it definitely hits.
That hits? Hitting an AC 4?
Oh, wait, I was thinking descending. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, that doesn't hit.
It's the opposite direction.
It does not hit. It chips off of this gold flecked stone obelisk nearby.
I'm not used to shooting the bow, so I'm trying to get my
It's been some time since this scout has fired a bow.
Yep.
All right, so...
and that bow was strung by a one-handed man, so...
I had two hands when I strung it.
Probably a little wonky.
Dang it. All right. I was trying to see what I have to do to make this be up because it's not staying up. Yep, I can't do that because it changes the size of the screen. Son of a biscuit. All right, so that misses. Did we guys roll initiative? Sorry, I lost track of what I was doing. No, we haven't rolled initiative yet.
We need to. Yeah.
Great success.
Another great success. All right, so...
Another great success.
We are prepared. We are ready this time.
Nice. You guys did... All of your preparations were not in vain. So I actually played in a low fantasy gaming with a guy named Zach Hydra. I don't know what his real name is, but if that's it, that's super fucking cool. Anyway, he ran low fantasy gaming, and he's got this macro that he just pushes one button and it rolls everyone's initiative for them. It was quite fast.
That API thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Something. I don't know. It was all behind the scenes, so I didn't really see it, so I don't know. But pretty dang neat. He had a couple things like that I thought were pretty cool. That's right. Second boss phase is in the works. So I don't think it matters. Who cares? Why don't you fire another shot so it's before it gets in combat?
All right. I will fire another shot. Let's hopefully this one's better than the last one. It's AC 18.
Now that is a miss as well. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say. Oh,
One of those heads. One of those heads.
Hey, run away.
I know. That's what I was gonna say too. Like, Urx is dead. Long live Urx. That's we run.
How much damage did you do? 4?
4.
So an arrow comes flying in, and it does crease the diamond scaled double-headed snake.
And Dex does modify the damage or not?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep,
Okay.
Dex does modify the damage. All right. Who's up next? I think why don't you go ahead, Launt? You're right there.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to. Is it actually engaged with me, or is it just next to me?
Well, it's about to be engaged with you.
Okay.
So if you move away, it can attack you. I also realize what you can do. Like we were talking about disengaging from someone, it automatically gets attack. It does, but you can dodge. You can do that as your movement. And so then if you dodge, it gives you some AC bonus. I don't know if this was the game we were talking about that, but I think it is.
Oh. Okay. In that case, can I actually just I'll strike at it. I'm gonna get too fancy. Overthinking this. Hit the snake.
Too loud?
It's a little loud, but we can turn it down individually.
That's all I hear.
All right. Attack. AC 12.
That is a miss. Just barely. What are you attacking with?
Spear.
Your one-handed spear? All right.
I had said on the last session that I did this, but I don't know if it's technically actually legal. I had said that during the short rest of basically tied the shield to my arm. Can I actually do that, or can I just not eat? Okay.
No, that's fine.
Can I step up and attack?
You certainly can, sir.
Okay. I will step up here and try to
All right.
stab at this
But what
guy.
you should know, whoa, shit, is... Hold it a second. I just fucked something up. As you are moving, another head interposes itself. Can you see that now? No.
No.
I don't know what I just did. There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
But you made it had a great success, so it kind of flashes up, and it certainly would have surprised you if not for your sleek mercenary eyes. So you can attack this one if you'd like.
I will do that, definitely. That ain't gonna do it.
Oh god. Alrighty. Is that everybody?
That is.
Yes.
All right. Here come the pain train. The first two would be on Seagown.
Okay.
What? So this would be. There's a +3 on here. What's your AC? It'd be easier to know what your AC is.
My AC is a 14, so it looks like the first two hit.
Yep, 2 hits on Seagown.
These guys each head attacks twice.
No, each head attack once. The other ones were the attack on Launt.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Isn't your first roll a 13?
Yeah, but he gets a bonus by a hit dice. That's how
okay.
it works.
Okay.
So yeah, 2 hits on
And
me.
yours is. And is that with the +1 from being near me? Your AC would be.
That would put me at a 15.
Yeah,
Still
he
good.
gets a +3.
Okay.
Oh my god. All right, so you take 12 points of damage unless you want to sacrifice your shield from one of them. Or you can just take it.
Sorry, I'm unfamiliar with these rules. Explain. Sacrifice my shield.
Basically, you can use your shield to negate an attack, but your shield will then be damaged, and it would take time to repair it in order to use it again. So you would lose it, but you wouldn't take that attack.
Okay. I'll do that, but the second one's still going to drop me to 0.
Okay. And you need to roll a luck con check.
Luck con? Okay.
Yep.
Terrible failure. Am I dead?
And reroll.
Do you want to
Your reroll
re-roll
pool.
that with your re-roll pool? Do you have a re-roll pool left or no?
I don't know. I've never used it, but was at a 0-0 when I created it.
Oh, you should have a 1. Everyone starts with 1. You get 1 per level.
Okay. I've not done a reroll at all, so I guess I would use that here.
Yep. Still a
Still
failure.
bad.
No, you're not dead. But you do. Oh, you lose 1 point of strength right now. And you can feel a burning in the bite. All right. So, the one of the heads rolled a 1 against you. So in this game, when you roll a natural 1, you get to counterattack. So you can go ahead and attack it. It's a free attack.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
AC 18. 7.
That is a hit. All right, so I think it is time for initiative. So you're just down right now, Zach. You're at 0, you said?
I'm at 0 exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you could have tried a rescue attempt there if you wanted to as well. Don't forget, you have rescue attempts. You have party retreats. You have all sorts of things.
I did think of that, but it does say you have to have a plausible reason why you would be able to. And right now, I'm on the opposite side of like a.
Narratively, you have to decide. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't think of a plausible reason why I would be able to do a rescue attempt.
But I see Sigahelm get bit twice and fall to the ground.
Yeah. Once. He gets bit once. Basically what you see is one head comes in and
once
smashes his shield out of his arm, out of his hand. Maybe bites into it and knocks it out, or just like the head snaps into it so hard that it like fumbles and flips off, and then a bite comes in on that same arm that's no longer protected by the shield, and then you can see that he kind of like goes almost instantly pale and falls to the ground. But it is your guys' turn. So, Emery, do you want to shoot at it, or what do you want to do?
So I would have to use my double movement to get up to him. So I will move up a couple here and yell at Launt. And say, Sigahelm has fallen! And shoot at the one that has attacked him.
So you can move 30 feet if you want to.
Sigahelm. Well, I might as well, I guess. Is that 30?
Sure.
Yep, okay. I'll still take a shot at the one that's by Sigahelm. Actually, yeah, I would have to, because I'm right in front of this one right here, right? I can shoot around it. I could shoot these. I don't know what you think, Jason.
You can shoot whatever one you want. I don't care.
Okay, I didn't know if you feel like this is in my way, but if I could just kind of be
No.
around it and shoot it, maybe that'll kill it, and then Launt is free to go over to Sigahelm, so that's what I'll do.
Just misses.
Shoot. And I don't think I have any rerolls. I think I used that last time.
So you can't use a reroll on an attack unless you have a special ability, like a feat or something that does that.
Okay.
You may have one. I don't remember.
No.
You might have like a dagger or something like that as a rogue. I don't remember.
No. I have backstab and I have finisher, but that only works with a backstab.
All right.
So I think. So Lant, having heard that Sighelm.
So you have a
fallen-
spear. There's lots of. I mean, so it can reach, but if you like dodge out of the way of this one, I mean, it's up. There's a lot of things you can do. Basically, this one is staggered. I'm gonna mark that so you guys know.
Okay.
And I was also thinking about a house rule. If you go exactly to 0, maybe you don't need someone else. You're still gonna have to make the roll, the death roll, basically. But maybe you don't need someone else in order to come to your senses. I don't know if you guys like that or not like that, or what you want to do. Because we used to do that with second edition, basically, of D&D. If you went straight to 0, then it's not negatives, right? You're down, but not as badly. So it could just be battered back. You're still going to be poisoned, but at the same time, it's possible that you could get back up, but you'd be hurt. It's up to you guys. We'll talk about it.
You could also do, I mean, I don't know if you think this is reasonable. I mean, you know the rules better than I do on this, but would a luck check be reasonable to do to see if he regains consciousness?
It's possible. But I think you do. That is what we do. We roll the body, basically. It's a luck con check.
See if
Okay,
there's
To see if you're alive.
for the
But
death
normally
check.
it's like you need someone to roll the body. What I'm basically putting forth is if you're at 0 hit points, you don't have to have another person to stave off that. You come to your own senses.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, that'd be fine with me. If we, as the person who potentially will use it more than anyone else, that is.
All right. So
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to. So if I understand it correctly, basically, hearing that he's fallen, essentially going to dodge and then try to just like scramble over, like move away, dodging over to the other side towards Sighelm, which means the snake would get an attack but at disadvantage. Correct?
is that what dodging does? You read it?
Yeah, dodging. Yeah, I read dodging. It does.
Yeah.
Enemies have disadvantage, and you have advantage on luck saves related to not getting hurt, basically.
Nice. So, I mean, there is the party retreat concept too, but you have to declare that before the turn begins, before you roll initiative.
Okay.
So in a situation like that, you could just do it and then narratively say what happens, and then everyone gets away, right? But
I'm not planning on retreating quite yet,
all right.
because I can lay on hands. So I'm going to try to just scramble over, basically, with dodging, and hope that this snake doesn't bite me.
Can you lay on severed hand?
I have two. It's funny about humans. We have two hands.
Oh,
Lay on hand.
all right. So move to where you want to go.
There.
All right, so this guy's going to get an attack on you. You don't get both attacks. You only get one. Oh, a natural 20, of course.
Oh, great. Is that disadvantage?
Oh, yeah, I got to do 2. You're right. Good. Phew. There you go. 15.
My AC is 16.
Nice! Deflects off of your shield.
Dick.
All right. Did you call me a dick?
I said sick.
Oh, that is sick. That is sick. All right, so that's the end of your guys' turn. So why don't we have I think we're going to do that. Why don't you go ahead and roll. This is basically your death save. If you fail, you're dead. So make a con check, con death save. Con luck save is what it is, really.
Con luck save.
Yeah, luck con save, I guess is how you're supposed to say it.
Gotcha.
Oh, wait a second. Before you do, I was going to say, I think I would let you roll with advantage if Lant is there to help deal with the poison, if you want to wait. Because I think that's what we talked about in the past. But if you want to try and get up on your own, then you could make it right now. But if you fail, you're dead.
I can wait for long.
All right. I like it. All right.
I'm unconscious. I wouldn't know better.
So the two-headed snake down here doesn't leave the area, and this one is just kind of still seems like it's a little fired up, and its heads are kind of shifting back and forth menacingly. All right. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to basically tell Emery to cover me, meaning, I guess, protection if need be, and I'm going to try to dive down quick to lay on hand on Sieghelm.
Right where he is, you're not going to try and pull him away first?
Well, I guess if the snake's not actually moving, and no, actually, I think I'd probably just try to lay on hand to, basically lay on hand to then step over to protect him there so he can move himself away.
All right. So it sounds like I'll still give you advantage. So make 2 luck. You can just give yourself advantage. I think that's an option in that luck con save.
I'll say that on the luck thing. Oh yeah, there it is. Sorry. Disadvantage.
All right. Nice. So your luck goes down 1. And you have 1 hit point.
Okay.
Emery, I kind of imagined you basically being ready. If it attacked, you would have the reaction of firing at it.
Okay.
So go ahead and fire at it.
Hits AC 21. That's a 19. Is that what it is? Yeah.
All right.
Was there anything special with the 19?
Not with bows, I don't think. Not usually with bows.
Okay.
I think there might be with crossbows, but I don't know if there is with bows.
Does Sieghelm actually get... Oh, no, there's not. We looked that up before with my ranger. There's not with bows. You let me do 2 shots previously. Do another shot.
All right, that sounds good. Go ahead, you can do that.
With a 19?
Yeah, you can rapid fire with the 19. Ooh.
And the second one's a 17 with damage 7. So 10 points of damage altogether.
All right.
Does he actually get the effect of my lay on hand ability, or was I just helping him stand?
Yeah, he will now. He'll get that effect, yeah.
Okay.
All right, and it did attack once, snapped out, but the other head didn't. All right, so yeah, what is the effect?
Okay, so you're gonna heal 7. However, you were at 0 hit points, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you heal 7 over the course of 2 minutes.
Okay.
So you have 2. We'll just give you 1 point right now, so you'll be up to 2, and then we'll just slowly add that in as the game goes. So what are you gonna do as soon as you What do you think Sieghelm sees in his near-death experience?
Watery depths, I think, and some massive form down there below. Hungry. But just before I'm devoured, pulled back, and instead of a gaping maw beneath me, I guess there's 2 open mouths above me, so I want to stab one of them.
All right, go ahead.
Crit.
Critical.
All right,
Nice.
So crit is max damage.
7 damage there.
All right, so what happens when you
Sure, that didn't put in. Sorry, that should be 8 damage. I didn't have my strength modifier on the crit damage rating.
what's it look like when you slash out with whatever you're attacking with?
Well, I was down, so I just kind of opened my eyes, grabbed the spear next to me, and as I stood up, just went straight up into this thing, neck, I guess. I mean, it's a snake, mostly neck.
Okay, yeah, so it's a spear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of maybe slash through its neck, or maybe even its head, and spear clenches both of jaws through, and the top of the spear comes out its head on one of the heads, and the other side just starts flapping crazily.
Teach
All
you
right.
bastards to bite me.
All right. It seems like the other snake now, once this is dead, and you can see that Sieghelm has arisen from the glory of Cirillon. Is that it? That's not right, is it?
Soliri?
Soliri, that's it. And the other one is kind of, seems like it's maybe slunk back, slowly moving back into the underbrush and around this obelisk down there.
Said, Sieghelm, cut off one of its heads and bring it. Let's be away from this place. That's all we need, right, for the antivenom?
I mean, you're going to have to extract it probably to get what you need, but yeah.
Yeah, I've got a hand axe that I can start decapitating this thing with, happily.
You guys are keeping a close eye, I'm assuming, on the other. Are you guys doing anything else? Hey, make a detection check or perception.
Detect. Success. Just barely. Ooh, that was close.
All right, so when you ran across here, now it occurs to you that there was a different sound than what you would expect, almost as if there was a hollowness to the top of the plateau. All right, so you guys, the other creature does not rise its head.
And now that we're closer to these three, is there anything else inscribed on the surface of these obelisks?
It does have like some kind of ancient runic symbols on it, but you don't recognize them. Are you like, I kind of picture you're just keeping a close eye more for that two-headed snake to raise up than you are anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I would do like just a quick glance if the other snake seems to have
settled down. So in other words, like you have ADHD and you can't just keep on focused on one task. You have to look at something.
No. I'm by these weird obelisks. I'm like, I want to check them out a little bit, but I don't see any danger, so I have time to do that.
All right.
But he's like, what is the he asked about the military training people to walk into a room and tell you how many outlets there are, like just from being around, basically, of just like always aware of his surroundings.
Situational awareness, yes.
Go ahead and make a detection check. Or did you already make one this scene, actually? Yeah, you did right up here. Success. All right. Oh, no, you just did that one. All right, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, it's difficult to comprehend what it is. It's obviously probably has symbology of something. Maybe you even get the feeling of... I'm not sure how... I don't think you would be able to, honestly, figure it out. But there definitely are some symbols here, and there's something that kept... Even though the symbols are very, very old... it didn't wear away. The runic symbols are still there, and they weren't worn away like they were on the other obelisks. And the stone is definitely not something that you recognize.
Okay. Even though it's a quick glance, I understand that. Do I quickly recognize that the runes look different than the ones that were on the other stones?
You think they're the same runes that were the underlying rune, but not the graffiti that was put over the top, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, so you think it was the same people that built these things, but for whatever reason, it's not the same stone. So it definitely is for some other purpose, perhaps. Almost like a monument to something, where the other ones maybe have a functional use.
Lant, do you think Urx knows anything about these stones? These strange golden stones?
Perhaps. He was definitely here, and as long as he is alive, then we can discover the reason for why he was here and what he knows more specifically.
Maybe that can be our bargaining chip before we give him any sort of antitoxin. Tell us what you know.
Are you guys heading back?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
If we got the snake head, yeah, then we'll back and keep.
I assume this taking a couple minutes, so I'm probably have gotten the healing from Lance.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we've got the snake head. Hopefully, that is sufficient to cure her.
All right, so you guys are keeping a close eye, and I'm going to assume that you recovered your shield, even though it is unusable right now.
Yeah, fix it up later after we get back.
And as you're traveling back, it seems the danger and the mystery of these mounds, this area of mounds, seems, I don't know, somehow less, and a feeling of accomplishment overcomes you, like you guys are actually in control of something and have done something successful for the first time almost since the caravan was demolished, 4 days ago. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give one of you the opportunity to propose a new piece of world building, like place, history, a different NPC, and or like you can say something about your character that we don't know yet. Is there anybody who wants to make an effort at this as you guys are walking? Like maybe one of you guys is telling a story about somebody or something. This is a way that in this game that you have the opportunity to do kind of some story gamey stuff, which I know you love, Zach. If you guys are entertained, it's worth an advancement, but if no one wants to do it, it's fine. Nobody does?
I mean, sure.
I've had an advancement, but I'd like to hold back so other people can do something.
Yeah. I can basically tell the story of, like, because ultimately you're essentially telling the story of why I am so adamant of finding my ex, or the teacher, and why Urx is possibly a key to that end.
Why is that?
So, whenever we were, Thamond actually, was the one who found me after I died and was reborn into this life, and he showed me the way, the ways of Soleri. He's the only teacher that I've truly had. He seemed to have trusted Urx in our passage with the caravan. So surely there is something about that man that is useful. And both of them, being men of the Seven, were enamored by Lord Venka. In fact, Raymond was brought into Lord Venka's personal confidence more than once, though he didn't tell me why. That's adding to lore building for the world.
Sure. Sounds good to me. Hey, Zach, why do you think Sieghelm and Julian were mercenaries for Lord Venka, but not part of the Brazen Shield, the actual small mercenary company that he employed?
Well, Seahelm would have probably come to this area as a part of a Venari mercenary group that basically kind of lost patron, lost their ship, lost means to be operating independently and needed to find another patron. Julian, being an Argosi, couldn't really say what his background was, but I made friends with him well enough to kind of get it in with Venka's group.
All right. Sounds good to me. That's awesome. So both of you guys will get an extra advance here. Is this Robert? Is this Emery's 4th session? It is. This is session 4. Yeah. So you're actually going to go up a level, whereas these other guys are going to get 2 rolls on the advancement because this is also the 2nd session. So nice. We'll do that at the end. So that's all well and good. You guys return to here, I think. Is this where we were?
Yep.
Yep. Here's Urx, and
he dead.
You wish. So do I. Finally, you return. He looks like he's almost just been dozing off with the bit of rations that you guys had left with him. And why don't you make your wilderness roll with advantage?
You mean apothecary?
Well, I feel like you're going to have to. So this is going to be an opportunity.
Extraction.
Yeah, to extract the stuff, and then, you know what? You should just be able to do it. I don't think you need to roll that. I think what we're going to do is basically make you roll the apothecary to create the antitoxin for both Urx and Seagalm, who is also only has half a day to live.
Ah.
Right. Okay.
Roll well.
Yes. I do.
Otherwise, we have to go find another snake.
I do have a healer's kit, which I remember says something about poison specifically. I'm just double checking that too.
So he's successfully going to pull the thing out because he should be able to do this. I mean, he's got a double advantage on wilderness lore rolls, so I feel like that's a no-brainer. He would be able to do that. But what he doesn't have is the apothecary necessarily antitoxin possibility. So that's going to be a little harder, and I feel like that'll really.
So then it's just a apothecary roll, correct?
Yeah, and I also have apothecary, but
all right. So I think if you succeed on your apothecary roll, it'll give him advantage on his apothecary check. What are you grinning about, Zach? You like that idea or no?
Yeah, yes. Stack it all up, guys.
Yeah, let's get stacked. Let's do the best we can. It's save or die, so
So who is supposed to be rolling?
You are first.
Okay. And apothecary is to be modified by int, right?
Sure.
I'm just making sure that that's correct because I had it wrong for some reason. Okay.
Sure. All right, there's a success. All right, so you have advantage on your check now, Launt.
All right. Great success.
Oh, excellent. All right, so
good job, guys. Good teamwork.
All right, so I feel like you guys have maybe accomplished something here, and there is the concern where Famine is, but if you want to, you may want to take some time to actually rest here at the edge of these mounds. Of course, you did see that creature, the Urson, came through here, but I guess what I'm offering is maybe a break to catch your breath and do a long rest, if you so desire.
I think that would be a good idea coming off of the whole poisoning and near-death experience.
Yeah, as long as Urx keeps his mouth shut, I find it kind of irritating. And I don't remember him telling us anything about two-headed snakes, so there's a part of me that just wants to run him through with my sword, but I'll hold off since Launt seems to be kind of...
Not just that, but it went from one-headed snake to two-headed snakes, so it was 4 times as many snake heads as we expected to see.
I'm sure the poison was just overcoming him at the time. It must have been frightening. It is of no fault of his own. He's a simple scribe, after all.
Did Zach say he had to take off real quick? Or did he
I
just...
don't know.
All right, let's take a 5-minute potty break, fill your waters up, and then we'll get back to it. I'll hit some music for the people.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still here. I was just saying goodnight to my wife.
Oh, it's no problem. It's all right. I have to take a pee anyway. We'll take a quickie.
Okay. Sounds good.
How's everybody doing? Ustash. If he didn't say it before, whenever we went on break, then yes, normally a long rest, I believe, is a few days. I think he probably meant a short rest and just misspoke, if I were to guess. But we might be doing something differently. You talk about how we're in kind of a weird situation where theoretically there wouldn't be the possibility of long rest really at all in the way that it's set up currently, but who knows?
I don't know if he can.
I have a feeling he meant short rest though.
I don't know if he can hear that right now because right now on the Twitch it says like stream starting soon. He's got like a.
Never fucking mind.
I don't know. I don't know if that audio comes in or not.
Oh,
Oh
they can't
nope.
hear us.
They can hear. So.
Cool.
Quick, Hobbs is away. What can we talk about while he's away?
Everyone starts singing. No.
I think the chat needs to tell us what to do next time.
Oh.
Anything we should have done differently?
What do y'all think of the encounter with the snakes?
I think it was 4 times as many snakes as I wanted to see.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like the snakes are actually literally attached or wrapped to.
Yeah, I definitely got
right?
the.
Because they didn't move away from them in any way.
Definitely some kind of guardian. Yeah, with the whole magic and stuff. I think that they might have even been like bound there. So I
I'd be
get
down
the
to go back
impression that
and look
Urx
at that
was
again.
just screwing with things and got what was coming to him.
We're looking for a place to shelter and saw the 3 things there as like a resting point, and then all of a sudden snakes. I mean, could happen.
I do like Kustosh said in the chat. He said something like, "Where was it? Something like, this is the snake that attacked the scribe. How did he survive that?"
Well, if he, I saw that too. If he just dodged and
I hope you guys didn't say anything bad. I left it so you could talk to the people if you wanted to. All right. Awesome. So all right, let's do you want to roll your advancements right now and go up a level right now? Does that make some sense? Because I feel we're at a kind of a point of chapter 1 of like you've kind of regathered yourselves from fleeing the demolished caravan and kind of figured out what you're trying to do at least. So that makes some sense to me. So Robert, you just go to 2nd level, so you can look over your sheet and see what you get. As far as Elliot and Zach go, you guys are going to get advancements on the advancement table. Nope, you don't get to look at it. I'm just kidding. So basically the way this works, Zach's, is like in most games, old school games, there's certain things that you get each level. Like you may get another spell, or you get more hit points, or you get another reroll pool point when you go up a level. So what I've been doing is there's a session advancement idea where you can get a few of these things as you go instead of just getting them in one mass thing, right? And so what we're exactly, yep, yeah. So basically, it is a D8 table for you guys because you have no spells involved. But if you get something that you don't actually get, like new unique feature, which you only get every 3 levels, you just don't get anything. So there's still a chance you don't get something. All right.
chat that they can hear you.
I forgot
but
that I turned it off the audio when they said
Oh.
that. What an idiot. They could hear me, yeah, but nobody else. Thanks, Kustas. I saw that you said that, and I was like, oh, I thought you were saying, like, since I came back, they're, like, not talking about me anymore. All right. So, so all that time. Basically, what we're going to do, guys, is during this long rest, and like Kustas asked, yes, it does take a few days. I'll roll, and that's how many days it takes, and then we can decide if you wanted to forage or hunt during that time. And as we're just going to kind of, it's almost like a mini game maybe that we'll play for that aspect of it. And then we'll fill that in as it goes. If something happens, we'll just play it out. If it doesn't, then it'll be like resources, like a board game almost. But we're going to roll right now on the advancement table for Zach's character, Seagelm. So give me a D8.
I got a 1.
A 1. So next level's luck increase. So it is, you don't get 1. So basically that doesn't give you anything because it's every 3 levels basically that your luck is going to go up 1 because it's 10 plus half your level rounded up, right? So your level 2, that would be a 1, so 11, and that's what your luck already is. All right, so roll another D8.
For me?
Yep.
You got 2 advances.
Yep, you got 2 advances. Yep.
1 again. Nothing.
So nothing. All right, sorry about that. Launt. Let's see, D8. A 6.
6.
All right, 1 new class ability.
Ooh. Okay, just out of any of the ones that I have, obviously. Okay.
Yeah, so basically what you would do is you'd look at your character and like what's a class ability that you get at second level, like Child of the Gods. So the cultist is blessed by their patron, increasing their maximum luck by 1 point. That's something you could get. Or like if these blessings go up with each level thereafter, the cultist learns 1 additional blessing. So like you could take another blessing if you wanted. It's basically just one of the new class abilities.
Okay. I'm not actually level 2, right?
Nope, but this is still the same thing as if it would be level 2. So you're getting some of the stuff that you get at the level. Whereas like Robert's character, Emery, he's got all of them. He is level 2, so he gets all of them, but he did get an advancement previously. Like maybe he got second level hit points, but instead of hit points, you're just getting a new class ability now as opposed to when you actually go, which is in 4. 2 more sessions, you'll go up to second level.
Okay.
You don't have to decide it right now if you want to take some time to figure it out, because we're going to be going through this process.
Yeah, I have an idea for that. Okay, I'll go ahead and roll my second one then, I guess, first. 4.
Extra use of a class ability. So I think that means that you get to use it. Like sometimes it's like you get to use it the number of times your level. So basically you can use it more. You have 2 uses now of your class ability, I would say. Blessings.
Okay.
All right. So that's what you got.
Gotcha. Cool.
So if you choose Sacred Lore, it doesn't matter. Or Child of the Gods. Or like isn't one of the skills that you have right now is Lay on Hands. So like, yeah, you could use it twice now if you want to.
And because I know it is based on injury, and I don't know specifically which injury you rolled for the loss of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Would Solace of Argona, which is one of my things that I can do, which is a spell as one of the blessings, wouldn't that heal my hand back?
I don't know. Maybe we'd have to look at
it.
It may not be strong enough.
Injury. Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure if that's too high of an injury because I didn't see what. I think it says on the injury result.
Yeah, it does.
Solace of Argona will work or not. So.
Yeah, if it's damaged, you could have used Solace of Argona, but you need Star Maiden's Miracle.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there was one above that. I just wasn't sure. Okay.
Do you have Divine Lore?
Yes.
So Divine Lore might be something, if it is divine, that you... I think maybe...
I have advantage on divine lore too.
Yeah. So what I think, why don't you make it a divine lore test right now?
It's success.
Great success. All right. So when you examine those, since now that you have some time and it's not super pressing, even though the urge to save your mentor and priestly guidance, you have realized that the old ancient markings on there certainly seem to be of protection and banishment just by what they seem. And you're guessing that they're trying to cleanse the area of something.
Maybe I actually talked that over with Urx. Did he?
Oh yeah, that makes some sense.
Again, so then, because he was a scribe, right? So then,
Yeah.
but I would be able to re-describe them to him, and then between us, we got a great success. So he wasn't the one writing them, obviously.
No. He says that Thelman was the one. No, I'm talking about the ancient stuff, not the graffiti on top of it.
I'm sorry. I thought the graffiti.
That was Thelman who was basically marking it as for the 7 because he wasn't sure what the old stuff was, and the central monument, you believe, is likely a memorial of some sort, or possibly a tomb or a grave.
Okay, so you're saying the 3, so those 3 had to do with banishment or whatever.
No, all of them did. The old stuff did. The old stuff was banishment or protection, almost like they tried to make this entire Mounds area a hallowed ground, protected. Or like maybe it wasn't before, so they built these things to make it like maybe it was some sort of blight that was in there, but they built these things to protect it or to shift it away from whatever was cursing it.
Trap something beneath it. If it's like a net over the top.
Possibly.
Is it because the thing was hollow, right?
Yeah, you think there was some kind of door in the top of that plateau.
So the writing on the gold flecked ones was the same?
That one signified you think it's some sort of tomb or memorial to someone. But it definitely has the feeling of maybe an accursed person. Kustash has it in the chat. Nuclear waste store. Do not explore. Do not dig. Do not visit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you do learn that another person was with Urx and Famine when you try to use the leverage to get more information out of him. There was Eddard, one of the Brazen Shields, was with him. He was probably the most pious of the Brazen Shields. Or pious, I guess is what I'm supposed to say it. But in this game, pious definitely overrides pious all the time.
Launt is pious, but Urx is probably pious.
I don't know if Urx is, but in some ways there's maybe especially with Emery's apparent paranoia that he attached himself maybe to Thelman just to gain reputation and to take care of him better than he might have if he was under, someone else, especially with his annoying nature. Did you find all the stuff that grant you a level, Robert?
I think so. So before I'd gotten hit points for the advancement. Do I get hit points again at second level? No.
Nope. You've already gained your second level hit points.
That's what I thought. Okay.
You just got them early.
Yep. Okay. And then the bonus to attacks is for melee and range.
Yeah, your BAB. Is that what it's called? Oh, attack bonus. Yeah, just attack bonus. Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep, it's everything.
Yep. The other thing I get is the skirmisher.
Do you also get another use of your class ability, right?
I don't know. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're right.
It should go up by 1 per level.
Yep.
Your tricks and
Okay.
your tricks and techniques. You learn an additional one as well.
Right.
All right, so let's get into the long rest stuff. All right, so the rest to feel recuperated is going to be 4 days. All expended class abilities are restored. All reroll pool dice are restored. All attribute point loss is restored, not including luck. You recover 1 point of luck. Recover half of any lost hit points plus 1d4 plus con bonus.
You said 1 point of luck?
Yes, you recover 1 point of luck.
We're all still at 11, right? Because it's...
Yeah, 11 is your max. Zach,
Yes.
do you want to attempt to fix your shield?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any skills in that area of expertise? I don't even know if there are any.
I don't think so. Yeah. General lore would be the closest thing to just knowing how to do stuff, but
I think there might be something in the actual equipment section. So on page 62 is where it talks about the shields. All right, so basically what I want you to do is, it says that it might require materials, tools, and often a forge to, but what I want you to do is you might have a luck check in order that you can just do something for it and make it work out, at least to give you what I think. What we'll do is if you get a success, you get the shield back and you get it of the plus bonus again, but it can't be sundered. But if you get a great success, it can do both.
okay.
Oh, nice.
Great.
So basically,
Yes.
the shield's good as new, as far as
Do
mechanics
I
go.
lose luck for that though?
Yep, you lose a point of luck. So your target shouldn't
How
have
do
been
we
9.
normally get luck back? It seems like we're draining through it quickly.
Your long rest, you get 1 back on a long rest.
But that's all?
Yep.
Okay.
Unless something happens, like there's ways.
I mean, that was like probably half dozen luck checks in that. It seems like we'll be sitting at 0 basically, or 1.
only if you
on
succeed.
average,
Is it, only if you succeed do you lose a luck point, not if you fail it.
Okay.
So you're saying that you don't like the luck. You feel like
No,
you're using too much of it. Yeah, that was one of the things I was talking about.
A lot of luck calls, yeah. We've gotten a lot more luck checks, I think, than any attribute checks or anything. And with a system where it ticks down like that, it sets up a thing where you're going to lose the majority of them or run out. And if you only get 1 more per rest and a half dozen plus between rests, like you're always going to be in that kind of.
Yeah, it's
lose.
definitely a resource that loses, and it's used for saving throws. So I will keep that in mind. And I mean, I haven't really seen it be an issue in the past as far as it goes. But
Okay.
like there might be some of those times that I gave you the opportunity to use a luck check if you wanted to, and so now you might be like recognizing that, oh, this is a bigger resource than I thought it might have been to begin with. You know what I'm saying? As we all learn the value of that particular resource. And you get more as you go up a level too.
Yeah, Kustosh just asked this in the chat. On level up, there's a +1 to max luck, so shouldn't there also be a +1 to current one?
That's one of the roles that you can get on the advanced table is a +1 to luck. Yes. But it's every other level that your max luck goes up one. It's not every level.
Okay. So I should still be at 11, right?
Yes. Because you're level 2, so it's 10 plus half your level. That's your max.
Okay.
But yes,
Right.
if it goes up one and you've used one, I'll give you a point as well.
Okay.
I think that's what
Right.
he's saying. So if you were at 9 luck before with a max, but your max was 11 before, so your max hasn't increased. If your max
Right.
does increase, you get another one. You'd add it on as well.
Okay.
And like, it's also like it's basically a character sheet thing. So just like your stats go up, there's certain things that can happen that maybe your luck will go up one.
Mm.
Like I can give that out as a GM and say, okay, you get a luck point, or maybe something happens, you can regain all your luck. You know, I don't know.
We are in a weirdly strange situation too, where we're a lot more regulated on when and if we can even do long rests than I would imagine this game normally is. You know, where like 'cause normally it's when your luck does get drained, you can just be like, all right, long rest, and then wait until like stay in a town for a while. There is no towns.
Yeah, we don't have a proper base of operations to retreat back to so much right now.
Right. Yeah, but it does seem like it is a little bit of a that kind of cascading failure state with the luck stuff, especially because when you drop, that's when you're actually doing more luck checks. Right, by default, you're doing more luck checks.
Yeah, something that's poisoning you. Where all right, I got to make a luck check to not get poisoned. Okay, now I got to make a luck check to be alive. Those things definitely make you think like, oh shit, I better save some of my luck and not do them. But that's why part of it is that it's a saving throw as well as just a luck check. All the savings throw are luck. So, and that's what I was kind of talking about in the first combat where we lost 2 characters. Like I was constantly saying, oh, you could take this luck check if you want to try it, right? And so I was wondering if I was making it be too much. And sometimes those should be attribute checks instead of luck checks, so you're not being penalized by by succeeding.
Because it does seem, per the rules from what I remember for not called feats, what are exploits? For a minor exploit, it's not a luck check. It's only a luck check whenever it comes to a greater exploit. Because a minor exploit is it's on just your ability check. Like you have to succeed at the attack, and then it's just an ability check, which don't integrate.
Right.
And then greater exploits, it's succeed and then a luck check.
Yep.
Do it, right?
But there is a luck
rescue
check
was
for
luck
rescue
also.
attempts.
I mean, yes. Luck is tied to a lot of stuff, you know.
It is.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
I agree.
Which isn't
All right.
necessarily bad. It's just
So go ahead and mark off 4 days worth of food. Now, if you're laying low, will decide when I make the rolls to see if anything happens. But if you do go out and hunt or forage, you're going to increase the chances of an encounter.
I'm okay with laying low. Wait till
It's
we get our
fine.
rest of our crew back before we go looking for trouble.
I'm running kind of low on food, but
Yeah, I only had a week worth of rations, so
I only did 2, so I mean I'm down at only a couple days, so we might need to forage.
It's fine.
And if it's wilderness lore, then I can do that pretty competently.
Was it Zach who lost, or was it Seahelm that lost his bedroll?
I think I did, yeah.
Yes, it was him on the
Yeah.
start of running away.
I got no bedroll.
you can just take Urx's cloak and use that instead.
Right.
Well,
He owns us.
I feel like there should be some penalty for not having a bedroll. Why don't you make?
Let me make a luck roll.
No.
For each night of sleeping.
I knew you were going to say that.
I was waiting for it too.
I think sometimes I do luck rolls that are luck checks that are basically just a luck. Whatever happens, and you don't. It doesn't mean that you lose a point You know what I'm saying? It's only when you do it in certain circumstances that you lose a point. And sometimes I say that you won't lose a point. It's just to see like if you were unlucky or not, as opposed to a luck being modified by something. Kustash is a spectator, man. He's like me. Let's see what happens with these guys. What I think I want you to do is make a luck check, but if you succeed, you don't fail. You don't lose a point. Basically, we're going to see what happens. If you're lucky, then it didn't affect you, but if you're unlucky, it did.
Unlucky.
You're lucky. Nice. So basically what that means, what I was going to do is like you might have disadvantage on con rolls or something like that because you're tired. You're not getting the rest that you need without a proper bedroll. He's kibitzing. In some ways, Kustash, you actually pay for watching. All right, so now what? So,
I think we are going to forage.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're running pretty low on food.
All right. So this is interesting because I don't believe that there's actually foraging rules in here. But what I'm probably going to do is use their... There's a food roll, though. Nice. What I'll probably do is... So you're foraging, not hunting per se, right?
Probably, just foraging. Either. Yeah.
Because I feel like foraging means, I'm just going to find some plants, food that we can eat. I'm not actively trying to seek out tracks to go after game that could also be the prey of another hunter.
Eat us.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'll look at the actual skill to see if it says something like that. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a wilderness lore, and you get double at that. So depending on how well you succeed, that's how quickly it happens. What's that, Robert?
What about the rotting husks of those vomitors? They're not edible?
I mean, you could try.
I'm going to pass on that.
Have a little bit of it. They have a little bit of an acidic bite to them, but other than that,
a snake. Snakes get eaten, and it was the size of a.
Yeah, I think we only cut like part of it though.
Yeah, you only cut part of it.
Yeah, forethought.
All right.
All right. Am I doing the?
All right, Lawn. Yeah. See if you can find something.
Success.
Nice. All right.
12 to 17.
What I'm trying to do is find the. What is this? I'm trying to find the skills table. Oh, I forgot. I actually downloaded the sheet that has all this stuff on there. Here we go. Let's actually use this thing that the writer made for us. That sounds crazy. Oh, and while we're doing that, Zach, give me a D12.
I'm rolling a lot of ones tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. It's 3 ones in a row on just single die rolls.
Yeah.
All right, now roll a D12.
Another D12?
Yeah. What'd you get?
3.
All right, so you found that it hasn't been raining nearly as often in this rainforest that you would expect. So the weather has been shifting. So you're not sure if it's this area of the terrain or what, but for right now, the weather has been getting, as I said, drier. I thought there was a skill thing in here, but I don't see it. Oh, there it is. All right, here we go. Wilderness lore, it's intelligence. All right, I'm just going to do this and double it. Ooh, a 5. All right, so you find enough for 10 meals. So if you succeed each person, if you eat 3 days, so that's like 3.1 days worth of food.
Yeah.
So we only need to mark off 1 ration then?
If he shares it with you, I don't know. He might just increase his own rations. I don't know. But it's probably it's not iron ration, so it's probably is less. It's more temporary than the regular food that you would have.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
What do you,
we're gonna have to eat every day anyway, so yeah.
Jason? What are you gonna do with the other people?
I'll just ignore it for right now. If they're not here, I'm not going to penalize their rations. But they also, I probably won't give them the rest either, though. They won't get the benefit of the long rest either, though.
Okay, makes sense.
Just because I don't want to have to keep track of that.
They've been busy just trying to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
All right.
I'll take 4 rations and then give 3 to both of you to share in the bounty that Deliri provides us.
So yeah, one day of free food that you didn't have to use. That's what that means, right? Because you figured out it wasn't 10 days of food. It was 10 meals.
Meals, gotcha.
And it's 3 meals a day.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anything else we need to cover? So, are you guys hesitant? You don't want to do anything else tonight? Is that what you're hinting at, or do you?
I'm fading pretty quick.
Okay. All right. We've been on for about 2 hours, so I mean that's fine. I feel like we're starting to get the rules, and it's going quicker. And obviously, we got started late, waiting for people who didn't actually show up. It's not Taylor, but I almost feel like we should take a screenshot of us all doing what Taylor's doing in his picture. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
All right. So, is there anything else we need to do?
I don't think so.
I think we're in good shape. We should be able to regroup next week and see what our plans are from here.
Yep. And so, Elliot, you may want to send me the picture that you want me to put up. Otherwise, I'm going to take it from the least
Okay.
The least possible.
Yes. Unfortunately, Lant will not be here next week. I will be traveling to go see family. So, well, Lant will be here, but whatever. But yeah, so y'all can decide which direction you are going.
You guys can talk about it now. So you definitely were headed south. You could bypass the Mounds to get there, but there is this question of what happened. Like you found the tracks going up the hill, but you didn't necessarily find any tracks leaving the plateau.
Right. That's why I didn't know if y'all would want to go and look at the plateau again, like to see what that's all about. While Lant isn't there, because Lant would probably be more inclined to go and try to just keep finding Famine. So unless that was an obvious place he was at, then makes sense.
Why did Urx go there again?
Urx was with Famine and Eddard.
Right, but why did he go to the obelisks?
The 3 of them went, and then he fled after he was bit.
Okay. But we have a sense that it leads to some kind of tomb, right? Cursed tomb?
Yes, but you also have a sense that tracks that you believe were Thelman and Eddard went up the obelisk, but didn't come back down.
And I would say heading towards looking at the obelisks, but again, it's y'all's call.
Night Kustash, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Also, Jodo Mycelium, thank you for following, man. I appreciate that.
I guess
you could also float the question to the other people too on the Discord, before. But even as long as you get a rough idea now, I think. But
yeah, I guess we got a sense of the others are in peril, right? So we want to find them.
You're guessing, so yeah, there was definitely the remnants of a fight that you saw on the top of the plateau, the obelisk plateau.
They're also the only lead we've found so far of any like towards any semblance of possibly refinding the caravan too, right?
At least some members of it, you don't know. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we can probably cover this all. Does anyone have any highs or lows they want to talk about, or are we good? Raise your hand forever if you're good, or if you're not good, I guess, and want to say otherwise.
That was fun.
All right. I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah, I survived another session. Yes.
Your second level, man. Congratulations.
Excellent.
One of the things that we found in Chronicle of the Cursed Axe is that the people actually leveled too fast, and we were going every 3 sessions because you didn't really get an opportunity to maybe really settle into how it felt. But we'll see what we think about that as we go. You know what I'm saying? Because
I haven't even used my other ability.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of a slow game. I mean, a slow burn, but I think it'll speed up as we go. All right. Other than that, it's better to burn out than to fade away.
It's a beautiful day in the game, oh, a beautiful day for my gamers. Would you be one? Could you be one? Shout about thunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If the 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the Hobbs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you please, please won't you be my gamers?
Bye.